So if I'm a successful broker with a fantastic group of traditional clients, what's the first thing I should do if I want to dip my toe into mobile and online?
Well, if you're asking me, I'd say call me. That's a pretty good start to the conversation. No, I think you have to have a discussion internally of who's your target group and what is it that you want to achieve, and then look at what are the tools available for you. Because today there are, like Avinode, there are others, there are off-the-shelf versions that are quite easy to build and implement, because that's a challenge for a lot of people today with technology. It's not about deciding which technology you want to go with, it's about implementing it internally. They can be quite big processes, long-term projects, and you need partners and people to consult you along the way. So that's probably the first step. And then to call somebody, do we start a trial with an off-the-shelf version and analyze our target group and their behavior, or do we really want to commit to something? So it's understanding your own needs and goals, I think. There's a lot out there to support each vision.
And part of that is, the end customer wants to have the full service package. So they want to be able to both search for the trip, but they also want to pay for the trip. So you kind of need to look at the full solution, what you can offer to your customers on that side.
I think there's a kind of, brokers can get this bad technology rap in terms of people think of a broker and they're thinking of the old-fashioned filofax going with all the card stuff, the phone on the desk, the sweatshop of then calling out to the customer. That's the picture that people have in their heads. And the reality is, like every other business, brokerage has had to adapt in terms of whether it's just getting a basic CRM in place, to Sarah's point, adjusting how their customer base wants to communicate. We have, many years ago across Russia, a lot of the brokers, WhatsApp was the easiest way to communicate with their customer base. So the American style of an email with a PDF attached as your quote, was that really needed? Or actually, no, you found me what I want in WhatsApp, I'm going to accept it, I've already got your contract details signed, I know where your credit card is and I know what your bank account is, let's go. And to Annika's earlier point, there's a whole, one of those big changes is I think technology has made so many different ways of working possible, and for each group there's a different kind of sweet spot. And so that experimentation of how people work and finding that secret combination that works for their client base, because they do vary. We keep talking about charter customers like they're one homogeneous group. You mentioned millennials. You have the Z generation arriving. They're 23, they're spending their parents' money. But they're arriving on the scene, and you're stretching back to the baby boomers who are still flying. Maybe they have their NetJets card, maybe they have their charter going, maybe they even have their own aircraft at times. It's such a diverse spectrum.
Great, thanks very much.